Look closely at the world around you. What do you really see? You see millions of different faces. You see the vast silence of the mountains, the wild instinct of the animals, the deep green stillness of the trees. To the naked eye, it looks like a world of separation, a world where you stand alone. But what if your eyes are lying to you? What if the stone, the star, the bird, and you are actually the exact same thing? There is a secret thread, an invisible pulse that binds the beating heart of a living being to the cold silence of a rock. Ancient mystics felt it in meditation. Modern science is just beginning to touch it. We are not strangers in this universe. Beneath the surface, beneath the skin, beneath the bark, beneath the atoms, there is only one consciousness. A single divine energy, dreaming itself into a million different forms. We appear different, but at the very center, we are unison. To know this secret is to wake up. It is the key to evolving from a simple human into a superhuman. Are you ready to dissolve the illusion? Are you ready to discover the secret of unison of all at the core of existence?
Today's profound talk is about secret truth of unison at the center of all existence. What is at our center? So today we will try to understand this. Understand it like this, that in this universe, all humans, living beings, animals, birds, trees, plants, rocks, and stones, meaning everything living and non-living, are connected with each other in some form. All religions are internally connected through the form of God. Whatever religions exist in the world, no matter where they start from, in the end, they meet at one fundamental point. Nothing is separate from each other. You can study this and experience it yourself. Ramakrishna Bhagwan entered deep meditation through different methods, and in the end, he had the same thing to say, that in the fundamental form, all religions come and meet at one point. Nothing is different from the other. But it appears that all living beings are different. However, at the level of consciousness, all are one. The development of consciousness can be different, but the same flow of consciousness runs through every living being. In some, consciousness is awake, in some, it is not awake. In some, consciousness remains in a sleeping state, and some remain completely unconscious. If you go deeper, you will realize that there are different levels of awakened consciousness too. Awakened consciousness also develops at different levels. Awakened consciousness eventually transforms into superconsciousness. This is the evolution of humanity. And this evolution of humanity takes a human to the state of a superhuman. Internally, in their inner ground, all consciousnesses are connected with each other in some form. The main reason for this is that the creator of everyone is one invisible power, which we call superconsciousness, or we call God. You can give it any name. But the creator of everyone is that same invisible power. That is why his part remains in everyone. That is why internally we are all one, all are united. From the outside, we look different. In simple language, that part exists in different forms of consciousness. To summarize, at the center of all existence is the great power of God. This is the conscious power. That is why outside and inside, fundamentally we are one, because whatever we receive from the outside goes inside us, and development happens from that. This is only possible when the outside and the inside are fundamentally one. In reality, everything is one, but a person is not able to understand this. If we try to know about humans, then we can understand that a human is a creature endowed with conscious power. All humans of the world are the same in physical form. Everyone's internal system, the development of internal organs, is all the same. Everyone's working system is also the same. The difference is only in the size, being small or big. The difference is only in color and appearance. For example, the color of eyes can be different according to different races and their place of birth. The arrangement of hair can also be different. There can also be a difference in the color of hair and skin. But fundamentally, a person's hair and nails are the same. Hair and nails are produced from the negative energy of the body. For this reason, when you cut your nails or cut your hair, you do not feel any kind of pain. Scientists have studied that if a dead person's body is kept in a coffin and the body is studied from time to time, it has been established that hair slowly grows in the body and nails also grow. The main reason for this is the negative energy present in the body. When a person dies, his positive energy ends. But negative energy remains in the body. For this reason, the nails and hair of a dead person keep growing slowly. That is why when we cut them in our living state, we do not feel any pain. The bodily conditions of all individuals are just like this. We all stay alive based on food, water, and air. Different types of humans in the world eat different types of food according to their place of living and the temperature there. There is only a slight difference in food. Generally, all people of the world consume different types of grain, in which wheat and rice are the main ones. Some people are completely vegetarian and some consume meat and fish as well. This depends on their location. This happens according to their lifestyle. All people of the world present their thoughts to each other through different languages and remain in contact. Languages are different, but one language can be translated into another language. People can understand each other through signs as well. All people of the world are sensitive, their level is different. Some humans in the world are more sensitive and some are less sensitive. All this depends on their food system and the development of civilization. In some form or another, all this also depends on human consciousness. In every human's mind, in every human's body, there is a mind, senses, and a soul. The development of a human's mind happens based on his physical education. Every human in the world is born with a heart. For this reason, some are naturally more sensitive, and in some, there is a lack of sensitivity. But there is consciousness in everyone. In some, consciousness is more developed. This is related to their past life. Some develop consciousness in their life with time. By developing consciousness and realizing God, they also attain salvation. Consciousness develops through devotion to God and meditation. But many people in the world, without developing consciousness, spend their life in eating, drinking, and intoxication, living a material life, and in the end, leave the world. There are vices in every human, there are lusts. The condition of every human in the world is just like this. Throughout life, an ordinary person, whether he is from any corner of the world, spends his life in vices, lusts, and sexual activities. Every ordinary person keeps revolving around love, lust, sex, greed, and pride throughout his life. Generally, earning wealth and living in luxury has become an activity of human life. Spiritual life has remained only in name. By their mind, speech, and action, all individuals are different. But still, fundamentally all people of the world are the same, their development is different. If a person lives a disciplined life, he can live up to the age of about 100 years. If he pays attention to health and keeps a proper lifestyle, he can prolong his life. Generally, internally every person in the world is the same. Basically, in the world, his diseases and his struggles are of the same type. In the lives of some, there are more diseases, and in the lives of some individuals, there is more struggle. This also depends on the way of thinking and living. The difference is only of intellectual development, mental development, and the development of consciousness. The level of consciousness influences the most, and the level of consciousness is different for every person. If we look at animals and living creatures, God has made different types of animals and creatures in this world. Some animals survive by eating meat and killing animals weaker than themselves. But on the contrary, some animals and creatures are vegetarian. They live only by eating grass, leaves, fruits, etc. Such animals do not commit violence in life. Some are domestic animals like cows, buffaloes, goats, etc. Humans serve them and survive on their milk. After they die, humans use their skin, make different types of items, and use them in their life. But all living creatures stay alive only on food, water, and air. This makes it evident that the needs of living creatures and humans in life are almost the same. There is consciousness in animals and living creatures too, but their development is less than the development of humans. The main reason for this is one, that the stomach and head of animals remain parallel to the earth. The head of a human remains above the stomach. Because the head and stomach of animals are parallel to the earth, the flow of blood to their stomach and head is equal. There is as much blood flow in the head as there is in their stomach. The brain of animals is not able to develop because there is more blood flow in it. Whereas a human, who stands on his legs, has less blood flow to his brain, and because of less flow, the brain of a person has become developed. The brain needs less blood. If there is too much blood flow in the head, the cells cannot survive. In short, the head needs less blood. Animals cannot stand like humans stand. For this reason, the human brain has become more developed, whereas the brain of animals could not become so developed. Due to excessive blood flow in the head, the development of the brain of animals has become almost zero. But monkeys and dogs who can sit, and can also stand for some time, the development of their brain is many times more compared to other animals. Because less blood reaches their head. Humans have become helpful in developing dogs and monkeys even more by educating them and keeping them with themselves. All living creatures, animals, and humans of the world eat almost the same type of food. All living creatures and animals live just like humans. Their physical body is different, but everyone's needs are the same. The difference is only in the development of consciousness. Just as when the time comes and the consciousness of animals develops, then slowly they will also come into human life and become humans. Fundamentally, all animals and living creatures are humans in the form of consciousness. The only difference is that compared to humans, they are less sensitive. The only difference is that compared to humans, they are less sensitive. Now you can sense this in this way too, that the fish of the ocean are more sensitive. When the ebb tide comes in the ocean, ebb tide means when the light of the moon is less, that is, when it is the time of the new moon, then the water level of the ocean goes down. Then the waves of the ocean cannot rise to a great height. Then the fish lay their eggs and keep them in a safe place outside the ocean so that small fish can form from the eggs and not flow away in the current of water. But after 15 days, when the time of the full moon comes and the high tide comes in the ocean, the waves start rising high. The level of the ocean becomes high due to water. Then in these 15 days small fish develop from the eggs, and then the big fish bring them into the water. All this is only due to the development of the consciousness of the fish. No one has taught them. For this reason, the entire universe is one based on consciousness. Consciousness, meaning this universe runs under God only. All this is the illusion of God. Fundamentally, there is a difference in the mental level, that is, the development of consciousness in animals and humans. You will be surprised to know this, that when Krishnamurti ji used to give his discourse, often he used to give his discourse outside in nature only, in some garden or orchard. So when he used to give a discourse, some cows used to come there regularly on time, and when the discourse ended, they used to leave. The next day again, they used to come at the same time. It is clear from this that there is more development of consciousness in cows. The development of consciousness is the mirror of their life. I have also experienced in life that the cow is a very developed creature, a sensitive creature, and they come near sensitive people even leaving their fodder. It has also been experienced that when animals are slaughtered, agony appears in them. Their agony has also been recorded by instruments. Not only this, the other animals who are near them, seeing them being slaughtered, a kind of panic arises in them too. This indicates how sensitive animals are. Seeing others in pain, they also experience it. This completely demonstrates that animals are very sensitive in some form or another. Like humans, they also have a soul. If there is a soul, only then are they sensitive. If there were no soul, how could they sense agony? Animals also communicate with each other in silent language. When the time comes, humans will understand their communication, and that time is not far when humans will also understand their silent language. If we study vegetation and trees and plants, then we can sense that just as the human and animal kingdom is sensitive, similarly consciousness remains active in the world of vegetation and trees and plants. In the world of vegetation and trees and plants, consciousness is slightly less developed compared to humans, animals, and living creatures. Vegetation and trees and plants cannot change their place. They stay where they grow. They develop in one place and in one direction. Whereas humans and animals can go anywhere. Vegetation and trees and plants also receive food and water from the earth and take air from the universe. Their life process is also like humans and animals. They also fulfill all their needs like humans and animals, while living in one place. Trees, plants, and vegetation are also maximally sensitive. It has been completely proven by science how sensitive they are. There is no doubt left in this. Their sensitivity, their vibration has been demonstrated by instruments. When trees and plants are cut, there is a terrible vibration in them. The instrument demonstrates this, and it has also been seen that the trees and plants near the one being cut, their sensitivity also increases, and this has also been recorded by instruments, and their vibrations have also been studied. This demonstrates that trees and plants are living beings just like humans and like animals. Only their level of consciousness is slightly different from humans and animals. You will be surprised that trees, plants, and vegetation stand 180 degrees opposite to humans. Trees and plants take their food from the roots, from the ground. Roots are their mouth, just as our mouth remains up, roots remain on the earth. So it becomes clear that they are also humans but stand 180 degrees opposite compared to humans. Their mouth is inside the earth through the roots. The roots of plants search for water in the ground, and wherever there is water, the roots turn towards that side. It has also been seen that if there is a water pipe in the way, these roots slowly cut that pipe too, so that they can fulfill the need for water. Trees and plants take food from the ground itself. They take air from the trunk, branches, and through leaves. There is extreme development of consciousness in vegetation and trees and plants, that is why they are sensitive. It has been proven that if spiritual melody, music, or kirtan is playing somewhere, in that condition, grains of wheat and rice on plants become big, and in this way, the grain of wheat and rice becomes more nutritious and is also very tasty to eat. This completely proves that there is consciousness in trees and plants, only then are they influenced by melody and music and produce more sweetness in themselves. From whichever side the sound of music is coming or a sweet song is being sung, plants bend towards that side. Ravi Shankar, who was a sitar player, experienced this directly and wrote in his life story that music influences plants a lot. You will be surprised to know that people and banyan trees of this species give oxygen day and night. There is secret divine energy in people and banyan trees. Mahatma Buddha and other saints attained enlightenment under the peepal and banyan trees only. Peepal and banyan trees are forms of divinity. This is the secret mystery of unison in existence, that vegetation also behaves just as humans, animals, and living creatures do. All are the creation of God, there is consciousness in all. The development of consciousness is different. Lukman, who was a spiritually wise man, learned the language of plants and communicated with every plant. And upon communicating with plants, he experienced, as the plants told him in silent language, in which diseases those plants are useful. Medicines were made according to the indication of plants. Lukman wrote a book on it, and today the same medicines are brought into use which different types of plants told that they can be useful in which disease. There was a scientist named Casey. He had told that when he was sick, he had good knowledge of plants. He said that the leaves that come from this type of plant, if medicine is made from it, then I will become healthy. It was done just like that. Medicine was made and Casey became healthy. In this way, you can completely sense that everything in the universe is sensitive. We only have to learn their language so that we can converse with them and understand how they can be useful. If we look at birds, then a bird is also a sensitive creature like a human. A parrot can be taught to speak. He can easily repeat what he hears in the house. He uses his wisdom and intellect. He is a creature extremely close to humans. If he wants to be free from the cage, he even gets out of the cage by acting dead. Crows and pigeons easily find food through their consciousness. They travel in the sky, that is why divinity develops in them. If we take stones and rocks, there is consciousness in stones and rocks too, like living beings. This is completely in a dormant state. In millions of years, due to the development of consciousness, rocks and stones break, because rocks and stones are actually a group of atoms. And in every creature, in every atom, electrons exist. When electrons leave their circle, that rock slowly breaks. Soil is made from that, and vegetation develops from that. Trees and plants grow which animals and humans use in their life and make a living. In this universe, everyone develops and then transformation happens. Like water, ice, and steam, all are one form, but after transforming, the use of everyone is different. Nothing is destroyed in this universe. Everything is unison in existence. There is variety in form and consciousness. Matter is also an energy. Any matter can be transformed into electricity and into the power of energy. There is a void inside everyone. Just as you keep peeling an onion, you will find a void inside. If you study an atom, there will be a void inside it too. If we look at different religions and the form of God, then there are different types of religions in this world. Mainly there is Hindu religion, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Sikh religion. Everyone's methods are different, everyone's paths are different. Fundamentally, there is an explanation of one supreme element in all. In all, the method of the power to reach God has been described. All is unison, and this is the secret mystery. Now the question arises, how do we experience this unison? When everything is unison, then God is inside everyone. The Upanishads have clearly clarified that the soul is the form of God. When the soul is inside us, then its purpose is that we are united with God. As soon as we go above place and time, we become timeless and meet God. This is a state of self-illumination and consciousness. A human can reach that. By becoming fully illuminated, being fully conscious, being still, a human senses it. Going into a deep state of meditation, it can be sensed that in humans, in animals, in living creatures, in trees, plants and vegetation, in birds, in rocks, in every living and non-living object, there is the consciousness of Brahma. Everything is Brahma only. The levels of consciousness of Brahma are different. All is one. Everything grows from this earth, we eat, and returning, it comes back into the same source, that is, the earth. By going into a deep state of meditation, by establishing oneself in oneself, a human can fully experience that at the center of all existence is the secret of the truth of unison. All is consciousness. There are different forms and types of consciousness. Fundamentally, they are different expressions of the universe itself. When Lord Rama came to Sage Vasishtha for education, Sage Vasishtha gave this final message to Rama that when you will sense a consciousness like yourself in every person, then this is the supreme state of knowledge. All divine knowledge leads to that place, that all is consciousness, all is the universe, only the expressions are different. You can understand this entire secrecy very well with a small story. In a village, a farmer lived with his son. Both were devotees of God. They lived peacefully by working in their field and tried to go towards God. Such was the illusion of God that the police came to their house and an accusation was made on their boy that he keeps weapons illegally. So even after saying a lot, his point was not accepted. The police caught him and took him away. The father tried a lot but could not get him released for some days. The time for potato farming was coming. The father was old, he could not plow. He wrote a letter to his son that I cannot grow crops in the field, I have nothing to eat either, you just stay in jail. The son received this letter, he read it, only one thing came to his mind, that I have done nothing. God is getting all this done. I don't even know what weapons are. Keeping them illegally is a far thing. He saw the light of a lamp in front of him. The wind was blowing but the flame of the lamp was trying to handle itself, but it did not extinguish. So consciousness gave him a sense that my situation is also like this. If these people suspect me, then I will tell them that you go and look in the fields, dig and see where the illegal weapons are. So when this boy spoke to the police officer went to his field with a tractor and all. They dug up the whole field. Their field was very big. They used to grow potatoes in a small place only, but the field was many times bigger. It was a stony place. They could not do anything there with their capacity. But the officers dug up the whole field. But they found nothing. So they said to the boy that someone has given such information against you. That is why we arrested you. The boy said, I have a field and a hut where I live. You have seen everything. So the police caught those who had given this information. When strictness was used on them, they said that this son and father lived so happily, we could not tolerate their peace. Therefore we lied. So this boy was released. Those who gave wrong information were punished. So the boy reached home and said to his father that when I received your letter, such a light occurred in my mind that I should tell the officers that you dig up everything in the field and see. Now look, our whole field is dug up. Now we can produce 10 times more potatoes than we used to produce. So by giving a little punishment, God Himself made a way so that we become complete with wealth and gain. So God has His own way. God makes His devotees capable in some form or another. He moves others forward to give them trouble, and by their moving forward, the one in whose consciousness it comes that God does everything. And for this reason, He accepts that God wanted me to do this. So I accepted it while I had not done anything. God wanted to develop me only. In the form of consciousness, such thoughts came into the minds of my rebels, such a thought came into the mind of the police, and God developed my consciousness. Due to this reason, the digging of the field happened and we became complete with wealth and gain. So the purpose of the story is that we are all related in the form of consciousness. God gives a little trouble so that benefit can reach us in some form or another. In the world, we are all tied with one string, the string of consciousness. So whatever sign God gives to someone through consciousness, He does exactly that so that benefit reaches His devotee from somewhere or another. So in the end, I will only say this much, that the entire universe is one. All is the form of consciousness only. At the center is unison only. This is the secrecy and the mystery of truth. If we develop consciousness, then we can fully and even more deeply understand how we are all met with each other and how by developing consciousness we can become a superhuman from a human. So may God develop our consciousness and we become superhumans from humans and obey every command of God in whatever form He gives. If we remain pure in mind, speech, and action, then whatever God does, He does it all for our welfare only. Thank you.